I think they unmuting the mics. You hear us? Oh, that's Stacy and Chad up in there. I'm Stacy. Stacy's over here. That's Chad. He's ain't focused. He's rarely focused. Facebook people, what's up? We about to do a show. Y'all ready? Thanks for tuning in on Freethinkers Radio. We got all kind of good news to tell you about all the good things happening over here. Huff and Puff Sports Buzz every Wednesday, 7:30ish to 8ish. Let's get ready to do a show. Can I get the music, please? I need a downbeat. Hit me.
He loves the music.
Oh! Hey! Hey! Up! That's the old man chair dance right there. That's the old man. Hey, put the shoulders in a little bit.
You do that in public.
Hey! That's my record. That's my song right there. That's my song.
He got another move. He got two.
Welcome to Huff and Puff Sports Buzz. Each and every Wednesday, 7:30ish to 8ish. On Freethinkers Radio app. Also Facebook Live. My name is Stacy Huff. The Huff's the president of Huff Nation Sports. That right there is Chad, the barber. He's actually a barber too. You can't tell him because I ain't had a haircut in a minute. That's not his fault though. But that's Chad, the barber right there. A lot to talk about on the show today. Your comments are welcome below, even though my phone is buffering. I may or may not see them. My phone is buffering. But anyway, tune in and check us out on Facebook Live. Also, the show is up all week long on YouTube. We need to get those YouTube hits up, by the way. A lot to talk about. We got Rockets and Warriors. You always say y'all Warrior, right? Well, yep. It's here. It's here. Rockets and Warriors right here for you. Starting Monday, we'll talk about how that happened. We'll talk about how that happened. Boston and Philly got a little bit more business to take care of. And, of course, LeBron went ahead and swept those Toronto Raptors right on out the door. Trying to tell Chad that. We'll talk about that. CP3 finally gets to the finals, or the conference finals. My Yankees are still hot in baseball. Some NFL stuff we may or may not get to. And we'll briefly touch on This Is America video, which I think was great. Look at the background. Don't look at the dancing. Don't let it fool you. Chad, with all that being said, we get to most of those topics. Hopefully all of them. All of them. Yeah, look at the background. The background is what's up. Chad, where you want to start this whole thing?
Oh, man, everybody's talking. Well, first they were talking about LeBron. Then it was the shot. And then first it was the block. Then the shot.
It's all about
LeBron. It wasn't the block. It was goaltending.
I mean, the other series. You still in the other series?
I mean, whatever. But either way, the block, the shot. And then just the last game in general. And then what was the last thing? The game tonight? Can them boys shut up? I don't think they can. Philly might come back.
You think?
Philly might come back.
Nobody's ever come back from a 3-0 deficit.
Philly might come back.
But those first three games two of them were very contested. Philadelphia should have won at least one of them, if not two. So if anybody can do it, it's them. But listen, we'll talk about that. I'll tell you why in a minute. It's coaching. A lot of it's coaching. And again, they're back in Boston now, I do believe. But what happened last night with Barkley and Shaq?
Barkley and Shaq went ham. Did you guys see that?
I saw it, man. They went back and forth on the whole, arguing about whether the point was being made, and for those out there unaware.
I think they got so far off the subject.
Yeah, way off the subject. But it started, initial conversation was, and I love the TNT show. A lot of us know that. We can lower the music down a little bit. But a lot of people love the show. It's a great show. To me, Shaq didn't have to be added to that staff.
No,
he did. So he needed to be kind of.
No, I ain't gonna say that. No, he don't need to be humble.
No.
Nah, he's got 3 rings.
People think because you got 3 rings, you can do anything.
He got 4. He has nothing to.
He has nothing to.
I don't have nothing. He has no reason to be on the show.
That's all I'm saying.
The rings, right? He makes the show honorable. It's a champion on there. A 4-ring champion.
To the conversation, he has nothing.
Did Kenny Anderson say anything? You know why? Because he knows.
Kenny Smith is on the show.
Kenny Smith. Yeah, Kenny Smith ain't say that.
Why not?
Because he ain't got 4.
You got to have 4 rings to talk about basketball.
I mean, who got the most?
Really? That's how
it always goes.
Really?
That's how life goes.
Really? So Magic Johnson should be a commentator too.
He could be.
At some point,
you see he gets jobs on the regular in the NBA. It's like, hey, we need a guy to sweep up. Call Magic Johnson.
We need a talk show.
President call Magic Johnson.
Yeah, right. But that
from the bottom to the top. But
none of that means he needs to be on the show commentating about basketball.
He can though.
He didn't. He got fired 3 times. He's been fired 3 times.
Why do they keep interviewing Avery Johnson?
Avery Johnson can speak a little better than Magic, actually.
You think so?
Back to the topic. Chad don't like Shaq. He's way off the topic now.
I like Shaq.
They were talking last night about the point was being made. Barkley was saying your best player and your coach need to get along. And that argument can go both ways. Shaq said, no, you don't have to get along. And Shaq is saying that from personal experience because he's trying to say he didn't get along with this and that. He said he didn't get along with Riley.
They still won.
But what Shaq's point was, and they got off the topic, and I don't want to get back into that argument because I want to talk about their argument. I don't want to argue their argument. Barkley just basically said that Dwayne Wade was the best player on that team.
Yeah, that's what he was telling.
So that kind of counters Shaq's point.
He said he drug him.
Right. Well, he said the best player got to get along. So Shaq threw himself in there, but Shaq wasn't the best player on that team.
But he said
he was the best player. Dwayne Wade.
But what Shaq also did say, he had 3 MVP, Finals MVP.
That's off the topic, though, right? That was
no. But what he's saying is that he was the best player on the other championship.
But he was talking about, he used Rodgers as an example. He didn't say Phil Jackson.
Oh, okay.
That's where he was right. If he didn't get on with Phil Jackson, then he has a point.
Okay.
He didn't win those MVPs in
That
Miami.
makes sense. Yeah.
So that's what I think is what Buck was saying. Wait a minute, that's two different things. You change, you flip it. Right. He flipped the page.
The other one.
Right. He went around here to try to make the point.
I understand.
He like, you went Dwayne Wade.
I was on his side.
And back to the bigger point, man. It's not, to me, it wasn't a good look. I like the fact the show is raw, it's live, and you know, Shaq's gonna do what he does.
They would have just, I
Barkley's
would have
do
him again.
If they'd have just fought, that might have been better.
I mean, it's always like that, man.
But in the bigger picture too, broadcast wise, I don't know what Shaq necessarily adds to it. A lot of times he'll take what Kenny says and just say it a different way. He'll take it and remix it.
Yeah.
We just heard it. I just heard it. Kenny Smith just said
short white dude? But what is he?
The guy that was there yesterday was a fill-in. He was a fill-in guy. Ernie Johnson is a regular guy.
Ernie Johnson wouldn't have an Ernie Johnson show.
No, Ernie Johnson. But Ernie was off at the Emmys.
And you know he was watching it like, you see what happened?
He's at the sports Emmys last night. So yeah, so y'all saw that. You can share your commentary there. It is what it is. T-Cup is out there. Bobby Robinson, my frack. Kobe Damon, USC Gamecock alum, friend of mine. Lisa Keys. Realtor. Lisa Keys is a realtor, but you know, speaking of realtors, you will hear a commercial about someone who's actually a sponsor of the show that we really pump up on here as a realtor. And that, of course, is Karen Alexander, a great real estate agent. We'll do her commercial in about 5 minutes from now. But also, Emmanuel Hough, my dad, is out there tuning in. Tiffany Boykin,
that's all
church member of ours. So thank all y'all for tuning in on Facebook Live. Also, check us out on YouTube during the week. All 12 episodes of this show are up on YouTube. You can go and scroll through, and also on Freethinkers radio app. Tune in right there. So, Chad, let's get to what's going on with some of these matchups. Now, people, you know, we wanted from the beginning of the season when Chris Paul went over to play with James Harden. Everybody said it's got to be the Rockets or the world's hope to knock down the Warriors.
I don't think they have a chance. I don't think they have a chance. You heard what Draymond said?
Draymond don't give up.
Draymond told the boys, man, we're not here to play. We don't care about playing. They just
in the way. They play against him.
You're in our way.
Right. And he's right.
We're bowling everybody over, man. Right. We don't lose like that, man.
Now Houston has
we're the Warriors.
They have a punch of chance, but here's what it looks like to me. If you look at the way the Houston Rockets play right now, they play just like the Oklahoma City Thunder that couldn't beat the Warriors. They got two guys. Hey, you go one-on-one for a while. When you get tired, throw it over to me, I'm gonna go one-on-one for a while. And that's all. And last night they were pressing. Houston won the game, but if it takes Chris Paul to go for 41. That's not necessarily his game. By the way, he played a great game. 41-10, no turnovers.
It was Clint Capella's defense helped a lot too.
Well, no, I get it, but I'm talking the offensive side of the ball.
Offensive side of the ball.
Defensively, they do. I'm going to get to that because I think that's where they're different in Oklahoma City. Although Capella is like Ibaka. He got a better Ibaka. So let's
without shooting.
Right. But as far as offensively, here's why it's hard to outscore Golden State playing that way. Golden State keeps the ball whistling, man. You got 4 or 5 guys, and they're going to start that what they call death lineup, or the Hampton 5. When Draymond's the center, he's going to pull Capella. Yeah. He's going to pull Capella out to the 3-point line.
Yeah.
So now you can't be out there with Draymond and stop Stephen from driving too. That's the Steve Kerr's that lineup is deadly. That's why
it's hard to keep up.
Because Draymond's a joke in the day. Draymond can do all 5 things. Draymond can play point. He gonna bring it up and bring Capella out like he's a point guard. How you gonna block the shots at the 3-point line?
You gonna have to somehow run down it. He is athletic. Capella is athletic. He got good makeup speed.
They're gonna run him crazy.
They're gonna have to. They got Nene down there. Nene's gonna try to hurt them boys. He's gonna be the physical one, and Clint Capella gonna be sweep up.
Also, let me give Stacey Huff some props. That's me, Huff Nation.
This guy.
Huff Nation boys. I told you on the show that you wouldn't see much of McGee against AD. Davis. He barely played this series.
Yeah, that's true. You did say that. I told
he's
you
a bad matchup. AD is just way too good for him. He didn't start the first 2 games.
I've been wrong on a lot. I've been wrong on a lot.
And I'm wrong.
Last couple series,
that's why we do it.
I had Toronto looking like something. Shout out to Toronto, man.
That was emotional.
You suck, man.
LeBron has
Valanciunas, you suck.
LeBron has that beating heart. He wouldn't even start. He came off the bench. LeBron has Toronto's beating heart in his hands like that. He's like taking back.
I don't know, man. Dwayne Casey, you suck. I don't care about you being.
Are they talking about firing him? Is he being ruined?
They need to fire him, man.
It's not his fault, man.
They need to fire him.
He got a bad draw.
They need to fire him.
He got a bad draw, man.
He's got to go. Coach of the year, got to go. The whole team need to be this bad.
Casey's a good coach.
Just like when Vince Carter was out there.
Casey's a very good coach, and I think you got to look at DeRozan. You got to look at DeRozan, who had his own issues. He was benched. Now, him and Casey have. Now,
how do you?
That's how Shaq and Kobe. That's how Shaq and Kobe got in the whole conversation.
Shaq and
Shaq and Kobe.
Shaq and Barkley.
It was like Shaq and Kobe. Yeah. Shaq and Barkley got into it because DeRozan and Casey. That's going to be a problem. Now DeRozan got a big contract.
I just think they don't have a star.
They got to fix that.
I think DeRozan is a good two guard. He's a great two guard.
They got to fix that.
He's just not a leader.
They got to fix that.
You need leaders. And that's where they get it all confused. When you have basketball players and leaders. Some people good basketball players, some people good leaders. You got to be both to be great. You know what I'm saying? You have to be both. And I have to give LeBron his props right now. I wish you're not going to see off.
No, let's be smart. We rolling on this. We got this recorded.
I'm so nervous to say that I might be becoming a believer closely. If he pulls this off, man, I have to give him a little bit of
controls the whole thing, though. He orchestrates the whole
thing.
He pulled them boys up.
Man, the man dropped them 3 seconds.
Man,
I've never seen. Man, who does that?
That
defense was terrible.
It was terrible. But you got to realize.
The only time they don't double team him.
I'm gonna get back to DeRozan, but let me hit this LeBron thing real quick. The best coach, one of the best coaching moves I've seen in a while, other than some things we'll get to in a minute with Brad Stevens, how he's coaching a circle around my man at Brown at Philadelphia. Going full court. When Tyronn Lue, if it wasn't LeBron that called it, let's say Tyronn Lue made this decision to take the ball inbound the ball because they could have got the ball half court. Yeah. When you call a timeout situation, you have the option to go to half court. They went full court because you know what? Who wants to get in front of LeBron with a full head of steam?
Yeah, them boys backed up. Them boys backed up.
You got to though.
No, man. You take that charge.
Well, that's the thing. No, but it's hard to take a charge. You got the whole court. You can take a charge using a confined space, Chad. If you got to go right here, I can take a charge. But if you got the whole room, I got to go a long way to get in front of you. That's a lot. He weaving. It's a lot to get in front of that locomotive, man, weaving. And you got to be squared in front of him.
You might just have to swing on. You might just be one of them times where you can't figure nothing else out and trip him up.
So going full court was awesome. But let's go back to DeRozan.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
DeRozan and Casey. In the NBA, with all the money they make, Chad, it's not but one thing a coach can do. And a lot of times the coach is
highest paid player on the team.
Right. And most of the time, the coach is the lowest paid person on the so it's only one thing a coach can do on every level. One thing the coach control, even when the money ain't right, and that's the bench. The only thing a coach got control over nowadays is your time. And that's he played the only card he had on DeRozan. DeRozan, I'm like, oh, you got me there with that? Because I know I make money. I'm more valuable to the team.
He kept missing, man.
Right. So, but how do you come back from that? You the so-called star player. You trying to be the franchise player. You in the magazine covers. You got the big contract. You the all-star.
You're supposed to be the all-star.
Right. But now, the coach, he put the coach in a bad situation because he wasn't playing with the crowd. So I get that. So now, how do they mend this for next season? How do you come back next season?
You trade him.
He looking at the coach. The coach looking at him like
you trade him.
So if I have a bad day,
that's whatever you call it. You can't get back from that.
Yeah, right. I think they might have a.
They're done, man. They're done. You go ahead and trade them.
They may have a problem.
If you keep the coach, you trade him, or you get a better coach.
They might.
I think their problem is coaching.
Toronto's got a problem, man. Well, first of all, they got a problem.
Everybody's blaming on Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry, I mean, what do you expect him to do?
I never liked his game. I don't know if I'm on records. I've never really loved Kyle Lowry's game.
Nobody.
I never really loved Kyle.
He might be the most hated point guard.
He's
by fans.
He's Eric Snow. He's Eric Snow.
You didn't like Eric Snow like that?
Eric Snow was never a star, but Kyle Lowry was supposed to be made a star ever since he was at Villanova, and he's really never been that great to me.
And he got paid like a star.
He got paid like a star. That's
what makes him a star.
That's the thing. Well,
the car drive.
I give you that. So now, the coaching carousel, we're talking about coaches. Casey's probably going to be safe, but if Stan Van Gundy's gone, and I think the guy can coach a little bit. He just can't be the general manager. So he's trying to do too much, with nothing.
I don't know about
a lot of coaches try to be the general manager. Doc Rivers tried to be the general manager.
Stan Van Gundy.
Stan Van Gundy can coach a little bit, man.
A little bit. I'll give you a little.
He didn't do a lot there with Detroit.
He's not good. Call his brother. That's what they need.
I like to see Jeff.
They need to have both of them on the same team.
I thought the Knicks might look at him for that job, man.
No, they're trying to get Mark Jackson. No, did they sign?
There was Fizdale. Yeah, David Fizdale.
Oh, yeah, man. He just got
Mark Jackson might be the guy there. But no, it was a bad deal. The Memphis thing, they were taking. He didn't want to be there. They were tanking. How you get a job when the team was trying to lose to get in the lottery? So it was a bad job. They were going to lose. So you hire a man and fire him for losing, and you were trying to lose anyway.
They just getting in check.
Yeah, it's holding players out, trading the good. They trade all the good players, man. Conley didn't play all year with injury. I mean,
Memphis still ain't going to. They said they looking at LeBron from what I heard.
So speaking of coaching, who?
LeBron.
Who looking at him? We're all looking at him. I'm looking at him too, but he ain't going there.
You don't think so?
That's a clown show.
Not LeBron.
It's a clown show.
LeBron and Madison
not LeBron. He takes every night. He need to take Kwame.
If LeBron brings New York.
If he take Kwame,
championship.
Talk to my Kwame. Only you. Remember, only you. The polka dots. Kwame. If he takes Kawhi Leonard with him, If LeBron takes Kawhi Leonard or PG or another superstar with him in New York, they can turn him out with Porzingis.
That'd be crazy.
Now you got something.
And what's my man?
Still need a little help.
Moutier.
Who?
They got the point guard Moutier.
Yeah. Emmanuel Moutier. Okay. Yeah, he's all right. He's still young. He's finding his way. So with that being said, the coaching carousel has been moving. So Charlotte, the Hornets are getting the guy from San Antonio. He's one of those Popovich disciples.
It'll work.
Don't try to learn his name.
It's like Bogard.
I'm not gonna learn his name.
But Berardio.
He's not gonna be there long. Don't try. Hey, Charlotte Hornets fans, don't try to learn the guy's name. By the time you learn his name, he'll be gone. I said it with the last coach. I said on the ESPN show. I said, you know what? I'm not even. Why? Was it Clifford?
I don't know.
Clifford the big red dog.
Roberts?
Clifford the big red dog.
Oh,
he coached.
I don't know.
He might have been. I don't know.
They don't have anybody.
He's Clifford, the little fired coach now.
Dwight's not down there anymore.
I think they're trying to get him out of town so they can.
Man. He had a pretty decent season, man.
Because he was a money. I think he's playing for a contract. Remember, I tell you, people playing for contracts. Dwight Howard plays when there's some money on the table. Anytime there's a contract, and then he gets the money, and he'll be hurt the next 2 years. Book it. It was a contract. He had a couple 20 games, 20 points, 20 rebounds this year.
He did all right. He did all half decent. For Charlotte.
The money was on the table.
Charlotte needed a star.
We're halfway through the show. Speaking of Charlotte, speaking of land, speaking of real estate, that's not far from me. Let's go to our commercial. Karen Alexander, one of our great realtor friends here. Let's do that spot right now. What's up?
S&M Realty of South Carolina is your premier real estate broker. When you are ready to buy, sell, or invest, contact Karen Alexander at 803-445-7185 for all your needs. She will assist you in finding the perfect home for you and your family. Contact Karen Alexander today at 803-445-7185. 20 years of experience in the business. Karen Alexander is your realtor. 803-445-7185.
And we're back. Stacey Hough right here with you. Huff and Puff Sports Buzz. I'm president of Huff Nation Sports. That's Chad the Barber. His shirt says focused. He's focused. And that's a dollar sign. He focused on that money, I guess. So I need to go see Chad at some point, schedule permitting. I need to get some of this glass.
I'll be there, man.
I know.
7 days a week.
I know my schedule.
Carolina Barber and Beauty.
Right.
2114 Clemson Road. Come see me.
No doubt. And I told y'all last week, go to Ridgeview Sports website, Ridgeview Sports. They're on a golf tournament coming up June 12th. Get your team in there. I'm trying to help. My son plays ball up there. My daughter used to. I'm a big fan of Ridgeview Athletics. Go to that website. They got a golf tournament June 12th, Captain's Choice. Check them out over there. Kevin Wynn, thanks for tuning in. Craig Smith, my homeboy. Kevin Smith, my friend. Andre Gaddy, homeboy. Terry Davis Washington, always supportive. I like that. I like that, Bobby. A lot of good comments here. I see y'all. Deandra Barnes before Butler. All of them San Antonio tuning in to the podcast. Appreciate you, Deandra. Being very supportive as always. I think I mentioned Kobe Damon earlier. A lot of y'all, we really appreciate y'all tuning in and supporting the show. Get the word out. Every Wednesday, we're on live right here on Facebook Live, also on Freethinkers Radio. And, of course, always on YouTube. You can go watch during the week. And usually we have like 1,000 people between Wednesdays. They go check out the shows. And some people like it. We get good feedback. We love that. Appreciate you. So let's go to Boston, Philly. Now, y'all, again, I said last week, nobody gave Boston a memo. They were supposed to lose this series. Everybody thought Philly was going to run through them. It was going to be Cleveland and Philly. Boston said, no, not so fast. With the two best players out.
Scary Terry's
still there. Scary Terry's on here. And so with that being said, that Popovich coaching tree, Brian Brown for the Sixers is part of that. The first 3 games, they were down 0-3, and Stephen A. Smith went off. He said he's never seen a series where three games in a row cost by the coach.
Trust the process.
Brad Stevens is coaching a little circle around Brian Brown.
I'm taking all bets right now.
It's 3-1 right now. You think they're going to come back?
I'm going with Philly.
Tonight
I'm going with Philly.
And I'll say this.
I'm going with Philly.
I'll say this.
Right now.
If they win tonight, the pressure's squarely on the Celtics. But I think the Celtics are going to beat them, and I think they're going to beat them.
Them boys young, they ready. They just getting started, man. The season just started for the 3 games, and they back in this thing. Let's go. Toronto's out. Philly's in.
I think the Celtics are going to beat the Sixers like they owe them money tonight. I don't think so. I think they're going to beat them handily. And really, here's the things that the Sixers didn't seem ready for. First of all, they're getting physical with Ben Simmons. Simmons can't shoot.
Yeah, he cannot shoot. And they know that.
Right. And he seemed like during the year he got away with it, but you hear all year, maybe they weren't paying attention, it's different in the playoffs. Some of the stuff you get away with during the season, some people just sit there and watch you and say, okay, we'll wait. We got something for that. We'll show you in the playoffs. Because if I show you now, you will adjust.
Exactly.
I'm going to show you in a tight box
And I think it'll be all right, man.
They're playing off center. They're playing off center.
knows he got to hit them shots. Everybody got to hit them shots. What's the other guy? Circuit or whatever. He got to hit them shots. He got to hit them shots.
Sorry. When you know, my basketball heads out there, we got a lot of them. I appreciate all the real hoop heads and sports fans out there that play ball and coach ball, whatever, that support the show. We appreciate that. Most of y'all know more X and O's than I ever know. But yeah, y'all are knowing not if you know this right here. Not, I mean, if you agree with me on this, when you got a kid on the court that can't or won't shoot a jumper, you mess your whole offense up because now people are sagging off him and you're almost playing 4 against 5. Because so now when people sag off Ben Simmons, now his passing lanes can be cut off. Other guys' driving lanes are cut off because his man is basically a rover.
Yeah.
His man is a free safety. And he doesn't want to take the shot. Not only can he not make the shot, he is unwilling to attempt the shot. And here's my problem. And Brian Brown, I'm should have worked on all this. He took a year off, the controversial year when he was hurt with the foot injury, and now he's still a rookie. Why not shoot 1,000 jumpers a day? His jump shot looked like nobody worked on him in middle school, high school, AAU, or the 1 year at LSU. It fits sideways sometimes. Why not shoot 1,000 shots a day? You have no job. You have no job.
Listen, he never had to use it.
But that's my point. But if you ain't, you know, just the NBA, you ain't quick, bigger, stronger, faster than everybody no more. This ain't AAU no more.
That's what it
this
is.
Is not middle school anymore. This is grown. LeBron is over there. You know, KD is over there. We got people that can do what you do.
Yeah.
Work on your jumper. And I don't understand. And his dad was an NBA player. His dad was a professional player. So I don't understand how Simmons was allowed to take that year off, even from LSU on, and not do better with his jumper. Now, he got to get in the gym after this because the league knows about him now.
Yeah, he's exposed.
Yeah, he's exposed.
Like the Greek Freak.
And a great player, right. And a great player. Don't get me wrong. He's still a bad boy. But look how much more lethal would he be if he had the threat of a jump shot. If you had the threat of a jump shot, then you pull people close, and his game is going around.
Even a pump fake would work.
Now your passing lanes are open. That right. Your passing lanes are open. You drive. You got easy to drive. You can drive easy on somebody that's up against your body than somebody back 8 feet, obviously. And
where's Foots?
Foots? Oh, Fultz.
Fultz.
The number 1 pick in the draft?
Yeah.
He's won a warm-up suit.
Why? What are they doing?
That's a good question, though.
Trust the process.
That's a good question.
What is going on?
That part went wrong, didn't it?
Trust the process.
He's not playing. And I do public speaking. I hate that because I use him in my speeches. I talk to groups of kids all summer. I probably talk to 6, 7 groups of kids at summer camps or whatever this summer. And I use him as an example of how you keep working because, you know, this guy never made the varsity in high school until 11th grade.
Wow.
It's a success story. And so he went from, you know.
I mean, I guess.
He went from all the way up, but my point is, but he was the number 1 pick. So the check was still cash. But my point is, you keep working. He got to be the number 1 pick off that. So I need him to be successful. The story don't sell as much if he's not going to play more. I need it.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Right,
the story is over.
That was before the season. Now I'm.
He's a success until this season. You know who you're going to use.
Now, but listen, one thing.
Find somebody else.
But speaking of those same Celtics, I got an example of a guy. Why you don't give up on people early either. First of all, Exum with Utah. Exum was kind of forgotten a couple years. He's 3 years out now. He played until he got hurt. Exum looked good. Yeah. He got drafted very high from Australia. His dad, Exum, really played for the Tar Heels. But here's another story. Speaking of the Celtics, guy named Chauncey Billups. Chauncey Billups came in the league and was a lottery pick. Was a bust for 3-4 years. People forgot he was at Boston, Denver. I think he went to Boston twice. People forgot he played with Boston and Denver before he blew up at Detroit. People forgot about it.
I was wondering who was
People forgot about Chauncey Billups. He was a butt. People forgot.
Big shot. 3
or 4 years, he was forgotten. Whatever happened to Chauncey, he was a joke. I think Boston might have drafted him, traded him, and got him back for a minute, and got rid of him again. He was bouncing around 3 or 4 teams, and then all of a sudden he got with the right fit, the right offense, figured the game out, and it came together. So you never know now. He's still, folks, you know, he's not. He's
get on the court.
He's 20 years old. 20, man, listen.
You gotta get on the court.
He's 20 years old, man. You never know what somebody's gonna look like from 20 to 25.
Yeah,
you don't go back and look at your life.
Look at Kobe.
But Kobe was a beast coming in. But he did get much better.
Nobody thought he was gonna be the greatest.
He did go, yeah. That first year, I remember Kobe, his first year, he shot 2 air balls against the Dallas Mavericks in the postseason that he had no business taking. And it cost his team a game. And I was like,
and that Kobe would have kicked this Kobe. I mean, this Kobe would have kicked that.
But in fact, he took the shots. I like the victory in that was, in fact, he took them.
Yeah,
he had no fear.
Scared.
He had no fear. But he should have taken the shots. He had better players.
Shout out to Kobe.
Yeah, of course. And I said on my promo to the show that at some point you would bring Kobe up for no reason. And there it is.
Hey.
There it is. Right? He met him up for no reason. There was no reason to bring Kobe up.
Time's running out. I knew I had to
We got to get Kobe mentioned in.
Yeah.
Let's go to CP3 real quick. We got to give him something. This guy's been criticized for not making it to the conference finals, let alone the finals. Last night was impressive. I think he was pressing.
I saw the pressure. Get out of this.
41-10.
Never get out of this.
But you got one step at a time. So maybe.
Mike Bibby.
But he doesn't think so.
Mike Bibby.
Mike Bibby never got out of conference finals. But he doesn't think. But in CP3's mind, after that game last night, he's got to be confident. Harden was under the weather apparently. He didn't do a lot. But those two guys, man, listen. The monkey is firmly on their back right now, and they got to have help. Capella's great defensively. He's got to step up offensively. They need a kid, number 4. I can't remember his name right now. He's got to make threes.
Eric Gordon.
Gordon's got to make threes.
Ryan Anderson.
Everybody's got to step up and score because
Trevor Ariza.
Ariza is another name who has a ring. He has a championship pedigree.
Nene. All them boys going to have to come to play.
He need to do the Nene. Listen, I think going into this series, if I had to make a pick right now, I'm saying Warriors in 6. And that's after I'm one of the main guys in the offseason saying this is a 7-game series on paper because of the star power. Might even be 5. Might even be 5. I think Barkley said 5 last night.
You heard what Draymond said, man. It's us, not you.
But here's the catch, though. Remember this. Now, before we come back next Wednesday, that game 1 will have been played. I think Houston, they're going to get a game. Game 1 is when they're going to get.
Where is it at?
Yeah, Houston. Remember, the whole season was played. They played all year to get that number 1. Go to State chill out during the season.
I doubt it.
Because they're not worried about it. And Golden State is using the Greg Popovich theory of I'll rest to get healthy because when my team is ready, I'll go in your gym in Game 7 and beat your tail. I'll get one in your gym because we just that much better than you. And I think that's how Draymond's coming out. Like, you know what? Whatever it takes to get to the finals, we just get to the finals. That's what we do. We're a team that plays in the finals. I can tell you, what's up? So I'm married. I can tell you, been in the gym. He been in the gym. I'm still, boy, I'm coming in. Put some moves on it. I can tell you, he does a show. Now that was thinking.
I don't know what that was.
There was some.
Was that basketball?
It was something, right? It was he got a little partner there, too. You can't tell him nothing now. You think he's cute now. So, Huff and Puff Sports Buzz each and every Wednesday. It's Chad the Barber right there. Speaking of parts, I don't have one, but he'll put one in there. He'll put 17 parts in your hair.
I can do anything. I can do it all.
Chad put 17 parts in
Edward Scissorhands.
What is that?
That's what Edward Scissorhands used to do.
Okay, that's not how you cut, though.
But if I had knives on,
nobody's coming if you don't. You know.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. So anyway,
I got the glove.
Yes. So anyways, we're headed down the home stretch. I'm gonna get a couple predictions. I'm gonna make a couple. We make a couple. So tonight's game, this is a big one. 3-1. Sixers, Celtics. It's in Boston. You're on the record. This is
running with Philly, coming back.
I got Boston.
At least tying the series.
And I'm wrong quite often in this thing.
At least tying the series.
I got Boston big. So now, let's skip this. Let's assume that Boston wins the series. Let's humor me for a minute. LeBron's rested. LeBron gets rested Sunday, I believe. It's the first time they've been playing every other day for like a month.
Haven't they beaten LeBron all season?
But this ain't the regular season Cleveland Cavaliers.
Oh, come on, man.
Did Toronto beat them during the season?
Without Kyrie, though. They got Kyrie, though. They had Kyrie.
Right. So my point is,
this team
right here, and I love the way Boston plays. Can they?
But LeBron's tired, though. These boys young. So, Boston's one of the youngest teams out there.
I got Cleveland going to the finals. I got Boston winning tonight. He is, of course, his team, the Sixers, he's jumping on that wagon. I don't know why. 3-1. Now go to the West Coast.
And the Warriors.
I got Warriors at 6. You got Warriors at 5.
5.
Y'all, this is recorded.
Or less.
One other note I want to point out about the Cleveland game last night. Rodney Hood, and I would say he's 6 degrees of separation to me and Anderson, South Carolina, my late wife's hometown. Rodney Hood, sister-in-law's from Anderson, so I'm gonna throw him a minute. I root for the kid because I know his brother. Married to the family I'm into. So listen, you heard about what he did, right? They tried to put him in the game. They tried to put him in the game the other night with 7 minutes to play.
Oh, he refused to.
I got coaches out here watching and listening. I know. I see Jonathan McLeod. What's up? Dylan, South Carolina in the house. I see. What's happening up in there? What's happening?
He gonna get paid. He getting paid.
Right. That's a bad move. The teammates weren't happy with it. But I wasn't playing the rest of the season. Rest of the series, I wasn't playing. I wasn't playing the rest.
I mean, he's not really that.
Why are you begging that? He was starting when he first came over. He was in the starting lineup. He played his way from a starter to early off the bench to now garbage time. But my point is,
ready to get up out of it.
But here's what you say. Here's what you do though. 7 minutes. It wasn't like it was a minute. Now I coach AAU. I had a kid's mother come to me last year. I put him in the game with 50 seconds to go in the game because he really shouldn't have been on the court at all. But we went in the game. I said, look, you want to be a part of this victory? I'm gonna put you in the game. So he played. He had a time. Mama said, why you put him in? That's embarrassing him. That's okay. Next game, your 50 seconds to go to somebody else. Yeah. That's fine. But 7 minutes. Man, 7 minutes, you go and go off. I'd have put 20 points up in 7 minutes. Man, if I'm Rodney Hood, I go in that game in 20 minutes.
Like,
in 7 minutes, I show out.
I was a star in Utah. Don't waste my time.
So Chad's not a millionaire. I go in 7 minutes to show the next team I'm trying to go to why you pay me some money. I go in to audition for my next move. If I'm out of Cleveland, these next 7 minutes, y'all gonna say highlight reel. I'm like, y'all see why they should be playing me, right? You see how they doing me? You see what I just did for 7 minutes? I need somebody to give me a run. You saying no? How's gonna try to any team? How's gonna try to any team?
I don't want to play.
How's any team be like, yeah, I want that guy?
I don't want to play.
I want that guy. I gotta have him on my team.
I'll play the next game.
I want that guy.
I don't have to.
I would be surprised.
Play something.
Let's watch Let's watch.
Play that guy.
I forgot about Trumpet. Is he even?
That's what I'm saying. Play him.
He's in a suit.
Like Kendrick Perkins. He's gonna get a ring. He's gonna get a ring for free.
Perkins is in a suit. Perkins is in a suit.
Yeah.
Listen, I believe now, and I do believe that as we go on here, I think I'll be very surprised if I see Rodney Hood on the court again. It depends on how LeBron.
Yeah, that play him on, man. LeBron gonna take him out for a steak and be like, hey, you know I need you, man. You know I.
But anybody who's competed and been on a team, you got a guy who don't want to go to the game. You kind of feel like, wait a minute, man, come on now, wait a minute now. Who's gonna be in this thing again? You can't come in. So I played. We got to win, but you can't come in and do. I mean, you quit on us.
Go back to Utah, man.
Utah, they want him. They got rid of him. Go back where?
He thinking like Utah.
Go back where?
With me, Utah would have made it.
Go back where?
That's what he thinking. He thinking Nate. That's all he the missing piece of Utah.
Utah trader. Huff and Puff Sports Buzz, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. For Chad the Barber, getting the last words? No. He's focused.
Man, y'all blew my buzz. Man.
Again, y'all keep on this man buzz. I'm Stacey Huff the Huffster, as always, saying right about this time. Please keep looking up. All good things come from above,
nothing to do with
not below. I don't know. Second of Mike, we didn't talk about that. Have a good weekend. Have a good sports weekend. Buckle up for safety. RIP 8. Shout out to Najee and Staten. Y'all have a great one out there. I'm proud of all these athletes getting scholarships in the Midlands, too. I see a lot of notifications. High school signings going on. Freethinkers Radio. Tune in. YouTube Sports. Huff and Puff Sports. Back next Wednesday. Have a good one.